Today, we're going to tackle some of the biggest, most intimidating financial questions you'll ever face. But the best part? We're going to do it with tools you probably already have sitting on your computer. So let's pull back the curtain, demystify your financial future, and give you the power to plan like an absolute pro. I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? A house, a car, saving for retirement. These goals feel so massive, so far away, that it's easy to just shut down and get overwhelmed. But what if I told you that you don't need some fancy degree in finance to build a really solid plan? All you need is a clear roadmap and, well, a few incredibly powerful but simple tools. All right, first things first, let's tackle the immediate stuff, the things right in front of us, understanding the true cost of borrowing money for those major purchases. We're going to decode your payments so you have total crystal clarity. But before we jump into the calculators, we need to make sure we're all speaking the same language. So let's quickly get on the same page with three key terms. First up is the principal. This is just the amount of money you actually borrow. So if you get a $20,000 car loan, your principal is $20,000. Simple as that. Next, we've got interest. You can think of this as the fee you pay for the privilege of borrowing that money. It's usually shown as an annual percentage rate or APR. Basically, it's the cost of the loan itself. And finally, there's collateral. This is just an asset, like your car or your house, that secures the loan. It's the lender's safety net, just in case. Okay, with those terms down, we are ready for our first tool. Now that we're all speaking the language of loans, let's meet our first superpower. In any spreadsheet program, it's called the PMT function, but we're just going to call it the payment calculator. It's designed to do one thing and do it brilliantly: figure out your loan payment. And this is what it looks like. See? No scary code, just a few simple boxes to fill in. This little window is the key to figuring out exactly what that monthly mortgage or car payment will be, taking all the guesswork out of your big purchases. So how does this thing actually work? Well, you just need to feed it three little pieces of information. First is the rate. That's your interest rate per period. So for a monthly payment, you take your annual rate and just divide it by 12. Next is NPER. That's the total number of payments you'll make. For example, a 30-year mortgage is 360 payments. And finally, PV, or present value. That's just your principal, the total amount you borrowed. You plug those in and bam, you've got your payment. Okay, so we've demystified debt. That's huge. Now let's flip the script and focus on building wealth. We're going to shift from paying money to making money. And the single most important ingredient in this recipe is time. This quote right here. This is the whole game. $1 today is worth way more than $1 tomorrow. Why? Because you can invest it and it can start earning more money for you right now. This is the magic of compound growth, and it is, without a doubt, the most powerful force in all of personal finance. Of course, there are lots of different ways to put your money to work, and every single one comes with a trade-off. You've got lower risk investments like bonds, which usually have lower potential returns. And then you have higher risk things like stocks, which offer the chance for much greater returns, but also a greater chance of loss. The key for you is finding the right balance for your goals and your comfort level. So how in the world can we see where all these different investments might take us? For that, we need another tool. If the PMT function was our payment calculator, then this next one, this is our financial time machine. So say hello to the FV, or future value function. You'll notice it's built just like our last tool, but instead of calculating a loan payment, it calculates how much your investments could be worth way out in the future. What this amazing little function does is let you project the growth of your savings over time. It takes your regular contributions, it factors in an expected rate of return, and it gives you a glimpse, a pretty good one, of what your nest egg could look like years or even decades from now. And the recipe for this time machine is almost identical to our payment calculator. You need a rate, your expected annual return. You need NPER, the total number of times you're going to contribute, and you need PMT, the regular amount you plan to invest. And let me tell you, this is where you get the aha moment. When you start playing with these numbers, you see that starting just 5 years earlier can literally mean ending up with double the money. That's the power of compounding in action, and it is mind-blowing. Okay. We've learned to calculate payments, and we've learned to project our future wealth. Now, it's time for the master move, planning backward from a specific goal. This is where you go from just crunching numbers to becoming the actual architect of your financial life. So let's ask a totally different kind of question. What if you know exactly where you want to end up? Maybe it's $1 million for retirement or a $50,000 down payment for a house in 5 years. You have the destination, but you have no idea what path will get you there. For this little bit of magic, we use a fantastic feature called Goal Seek, but we're going to call it the Goal Reverser because that's exactly what it does. You give it the answer you want, and it works backward to find the missing piece of the puzzle you need to get there. And just like our other tools, it is shockingly simple to use. This little dialog box lets you ask the most powerful what-if questions imaginable. For instance, what if I want my future value to be exactly $1 million? How much do I need to save each month to make that a reality? This tool finds the answer for you. So here's how easy it is. In the Set Cell box, you pick the cell that has your big formula, like your future value calculation. In To Value, you type in your dream number, $1 million. Then, in the By Changing cell box, you tell it which piece of the puzzle to solve for, like your monthly payment. You hit OK, and like magic, it instantly tells you what it's going to take to reach your goal. It's financial planning, but in reverse. It's awesome. So there you have it, a simple but incredibly powerful toolkit to decode your loans, project your investments, and literally reverse engineer your biggest dreams. The numbers aren't a mystery anymore. You have the tools. You have the roadmap. So the only question left is, what financial future are you going to build?